Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode I am going to talk to you about emergency survival kits. And I'm not talking about a super fast quick kit that you can just pick up in a bag and go. I'm talking about a full-on prepping scenario where you have the ability to feed yourself, have spare change of clothes, keep yourself clean, gather some food, give yourself some safe drinking water, and keep yourself alive in a survival situation. Now, the kit you see before you is a small taste of my personal kit for me and my family. And I will break everything down piece by piece to show you what I have, why I have it. So please, come join me on my tour of my survival kit. Okay, the first thing I would like to talk about are toiletries, hygiene, undergarments, etc. Alright guys, first up are baby wipes and hand sanitizer. In an emergency situation, you may not have running water, plumbing, the ability to flush your toilet. Now, some of you keyboard warriors out there may be under the impression like, oh, I'll just use a leaf. Or I'm like, do you know which type of leaf to use? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't use a leaf if I had to. I would rather not if I don't have to. Now, do I think we're going to be in an apocalyptic situation where the end of the world literally happened and it's going to be like the Book of Eli and we're all scrambling around like retards? I don't think so. Our most likely scenario will probably be something more natural as far as like hurricanes, earthquakes, massive tornadoes, things of that nature, which is why I have a more practically based kit. Now, baby wipes are awesome. Now, you may not be able to dry yourself off with toilet paper conventionally. However, it is much better than nothing. They're hypoallergenic, and they also are great for your hands and your face if you need them. Next, I've got the hand sanitizer. As we all know, running water may be in short supply, and you may not know how clean the water is that you are using in the outside, whether it's from a lake or a stream or a pond. Running water is usually your safest bet, like if it's actually on a river or a stream with the water moving. Stagnant water is not your best option. However, before you clean yourself or you prepare food or you eat food, having hand sanitizer is completely invaluable. Okay, next up I have some shampoo, conditioner, body washes, bars of soap, toothbrushes, and some toothpaste. Now, I know a bunch of you are going to jump down in the comments like, that is not the coolest stuff you can use. There is much better stuff out there. I know. It's just, that's what I've got. That's what we pretty much use at the house, and that's what I'm going to try to keep comfortable with because my skin and my body is familiar with it, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, but a lot of health problems you can run into with your body actually can start with your mouth. Yes, the germs in your freaking nasty little mouth can actually affect your overall health later on down the road. So not being able to keep your teeth clean on a daily basis, it can be very dangerous later on. So having that access to that stuff, and I get cheap stuff. Like I found sales on Crest, so I picked that stuff up. And AIM is really, really cheap, and it's ADA approved, so it's not going to be a big deal if I need to use it. And all of this stuff is surplus items that I've picked up along the way throughout shopping. About once a year, I go through my entire hygiene products kit and I kind of rotate stuff out. You don't have to do that. A lot of the hygiene products and stuff will last a couple years if they are sealed in the original container and they've never been opened. But I go through once a year because I'm just ultra paranoid and I want to make sure that everything I've got is going to work properly, not going to go bad and harm me in any way. Okay, so next on the list are undergarments, underwear, socks, t-shirts, the works. Now, we've got all of the socks and underwear that we need for the family. Now, something to note. If you have growing children, young children, they grow like weeds. So that is very important to make sure that you keep up on that stuff in your emergency kit for your family. Just make sure you are keeping track of things of that nature when you have a growing family, because it's very important to be able to keep up with that and make sure everything you have in your supply is current. Okay guys, I know that you've just noticed everything has grown again. This is the last bit that I've got in my kit. This is some of the, I would say, first aid and some of the bigger stuff that I can't just carry in a smaller first aid kit. So right here I've got OTC medication. I've got lots of gauze wraps because if something bad happens, there is bleeding, there are burning, there is freezing. You need to be able to wrap up that particular area of the body quickly and keep it safe, otherwise you are going to be in a world of hurt. An emergency situation is extremely stressful. Compounding it with injury could be fatal. Losing power for an extended amount of time in the hottest of summers, the coldest of winters, could kill you. So not having those kind of things appropriately marked off on your list and making sure that stuff is complete in your scenario for your survival plan could result in your death. The ACE bandages will help semi-stabilize and keyword semi, I can't have a full casting kit in my Go box. That's kind of crazy, and I'm not a trained professional for setting broken bones. I can't help that much. I can create emergency splints with some of the training I had in the military, but that is still not the best situation. It will help, but like I said, this is what I've got. You don't have to use anything that I have shown you. You can call me an idiot or a joke. That's fine. I'm just letting you know what I've got and showing you what why I packed what I have in this particular box. This kit that I have is not complete. I still have to build this. This is the last kind of bit, which is why I'm showing it first. This is my most incomplete system that I have in my bug out plan. Alright guys, next up in the survival kit of mine, I've got food and water. Now a lot of people have this delusional sense of grandeur that when they are in an apocalyptic situation, they are going to be chowing down on fresh fruits, hanging out in Margaritaville, and having half-naked women in bikinis serving them freaking drinks all day. And that is so far from the truth. Now, something you are going to notice is a lot of food that is able to be, that has preservatives in it, non-perishable goods, from Mountain House meals, ramen, canned goods, things of that nature that will last a year or longer, will be higher in certain things like sodium, sugars, things of that nature. And is that the perfect thing and ideal for food form for you? No way. But this is a survival situation. This, for an entire family, is only going to last a few weeks. And in a emergency few week food dealing scenario, guess what? I'm eating that right there. That will be chowed down on. I will not say no, because guess what? If I don't eat it, I go hungry. So now, let's break it down and show you what I've picked and why I've picked it. Okay, first, before I really move everything, because I'm not going to lie, that is really heavy. I've got 10 gallons of water on standby, 10 to 12 gallons of water on standby at any given moment in the house. Also, I have Daytrix emergency water packets. Now, I also have those, a 3-day survival kit, like a pack in each bug out bag. But I also have that as an extra supply in case the area we may be in has really poor water quality. But to combat that, if I really need to, I also make sure we have the Sawyer MIDI water filters, which are really, really awesome. There's one in each bug out bag, and there is a spare one per individual. So in my bug out plan, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So there's one in the bug out bag and 1 in the quick go boxes. So in that situation, if one fails or is bad or faulty, I have another backup. So there's no reason why I cannot have safe drinking water at any given moment and nourish my body if I need to. First, the standalone box. I'm kidding, guys. This is a 48 pack of toaster pastries purchased at my local Walmart. Now, the reason I chose this particular little treat, well, they're individually wrapped in packets of 2. So there are 24 individual pastries, like pastry packs, in that box. And that's awesome. These pack a fairly pleasant taste. They don't hurt the wallet very much. And they give your body a very much needed break from the salt that you will be inhaling from all of the canned foods and Mountain House meals and high sodium packed products. So it'll give your body that switch. And honestly, I eat Pop-Tarts all the time. So I find them pleasant tasting, they're cheap, and I like them. So They're in my kit, and that's why I got them. Okay, next on the chopping block, Food Network reference, sorry, are ramen noodles. Now, before you guys freak out on me, yes, ramen noodles, if you serve them to your body, as is complete packet and all, is horrible for you. The noodles really aren't super nutritious. They do pack a certain amount of calories, and that nice flavor packet, that little seasoning packet that you get, is full of sodium. It is horrific for your body. Now, you may ask, well, Chris, why the hell did you pack it? Well, just because the seasoning packet's in there don't mean I gotta use the whole damn thing. And using just a small pinch of it, there is so much flavor packed in those little things, it is insane. So, you could literally take one of those packets and season in a whole 12-pack of ramen noodles, and no one would know the difference. Except it is like 10 times less sodium. It's insane. So, having carbohydrates, the noodles, is a good thing in the water. You're drinking some fluids. Having a little bit of that flavor in the salt packet will kind of help de-shock your body. But don't go crazy and stick the whole freaking season packet in your ramen. That's nuts. The big reason is I have 36 meals for like $6. It is so cheap. The goal for me is budget price practical prepping. I can't afford a huge full pallet of 25-year long lasting food. I don't have $10,000 to spend. I got ramen money. I ain't got pallet of food money. So that's what I have, and this is why I've packed it. Okay guys, next up is more protein-based food groups. Because having a lot of carbohydrates are good. They fill your body with calories and keep you going. However, as the days wear on, you will want to introduce small to moderate portions of protein back into your diet to help keep your strength up and balance out the carbohydrate overload that you are giving your body. Now, this is a large 4-pound jar of peanut butter. Now, I like peanut butter. It's got a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of fats, a lot of oils, good cholesterol, lots of calories, and if you need to, just spoon that thing right out and just eat it raw, man. It's good to go. I like peanut butter. I can eat it all day. Now, next up, I've got beef jerky. Now, I tried to stick to either maybe some teriyaki for a little bit of flavor, but mostly original, because the protein is on par and the sodium content is the lowest. Now, do I have an ability to dehydrate my own meat? Obviously not. Otherwise, I would have done it myself. So, I like the consistency, the lifespan, the shelf life of Jack Link's. That's just my personal flavor preference. And also, tuna. Now, I know those tuna packets do pack a lot of sodium in them, but they also pack a crap load of protein. So a good combination that you could give yourself is like a ramen packet and a beef jerky stick. Or everyone in your group has some ramen noodles in your family, and then you guys share a tuna packet. So you have a little bit of protein in with your carbohydrates and have a more balanced meal. Now, do you have all the vegetables and fruits and everything else your body needs? Hell no. But it is absolutely better than nothing. Alright guys, next up on my little survival food pack list are Mountain House meals and Knorr pasticides. Now, Knorr pasticides are awesome because they pack a healthy amount of calories and they cost $1. Now, you guys literally may try to jump on the sodium bandwagon and come at me. In a survival situation, when you need food that lasts a year or two or longer, you are going to run into a sodium issue. That is virtually unavoidable in most cases, so you have to kind of watch what you're intaking. You don't want to do like the pasticides and the Mountain House meals every single day until they're gone. You'll definitely want to mix it up, switch it up, and kind of try to balance out your sodium and sugar and natural game. If you're a hunter and trapper and fisherman, you want to kind of balance out the both mechanics of that those food groups so you don't really hurt yourself and overload your body with too much sugar, sodium, and the like. But like I said, it's unavoidable to literally hide away from all that sodium. It's virtually impossible unless you are going to spend a crud ton of money. And I don't have a crud ton of money, so I'm doing the best with what I have. It'll nourish my body, it'll feed me. Pasticides are things that I add to my meals and my dinners all the time. So I don't see too much of a shock to my system when I'm basically filling my stomach and keeping myself alive. Okay, as the stockpile of food grows, you are going to notice some canned goods here now. Now I have some Chef Boyardee cans. They are not perfect. They're like mini ravioli, lasagna, chicken Alfredo. Yes, I know they're high in sodium, but they taste good. And I know plenty of people who eat those for lunch, meals. The kids like them. I don't dislike them. My girlfriend loves them. But something I wanted to do to try to balance that out is have canned fruits. Now, there are a lot of canned fruits out there that are horrifically horrible for you. You may say fruit on the can doesn't make it any better. Now, one of the best solutions that I have found are this. This is Libby Skinny Fruit. No sugar added. It's this tropical fruit salad. This is a big can. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, this thing is humongous. I think it's like 14 ounces or something. It's a big fruit. Yeah, 15-ounce can. It's almost a whole pound of fruit. There's no like high fructose corn syrup in there. It is very minimal preservatives. It's good for about a couple years. It's got the easy pop top open. And it's kind of a good way to kind of help try to start balancing out some of the overages of sodium. And it tastes good. I like the way it tastes. They're not expensive. Sometimes you can find them on sale for like $1, but they range for about $1.50 a can. But for 15 ounces of canned fruit, that is awesome. Okay, guys, and finally, the final addition you are going to notice are Mio. Yes, those are the natural flavor enhancers, the commercials you guys see all the time. I've got those. I've packed a few of them in my quick go boxes. Now, the reason I have them is because room temperature water tastes like crap. It is awful. This is more of a comfort thing than anything. There's nothing wrong with them. There's no aspartame. There's no extra crap in it that can mess with my body. It is literally just food coloring and a little bit of sucralose, aka sugar. I don't know why they just can't be honest and call it sugar. But whatever. It's 0 calories. It doesn't add anything, but it's a really cool way to add a little bit of flavor to your water. Now, the next thing you're going to see are SOS food rations. Now, these things are great because they are super small and compact. This one packet packs a total of 3,600 calories. Cost about $6. You can find them on Amazon. And they have a cookie, kind of like coconut cookie flavor texture to it. So most people will find it pleasurable. I know there are some people out there who don't like coconut. Oh well. I promise you, man, when like shit hits the fan and you really got to get going, you are going to eat whatever you are given. So don't get too picky. It's either eat or starve, and I'm eating. That's just how it goes. Now, I have 8 packs of SOS food rations. That is 6 days of food per person in my group. Now, is that ideal? I don't really want to eat those. That's actually my first and last resort. While we are the most mobile, we are going to be eating those while we're on the move, getting to our location, getting to where we need to be, a safe place. The other 4 is for the tail end when we are mobile, either coming back or we have run out of food. We're not in a really friendly environment to be conducive to hunting and fishing and trapping. We're just kind of in a shiza. We have 3 days of food to kind of get ourselves out of that situation to not make our dire circumstances any worse. However, if we do find ourselves in a really awesome location and things are kind of looking up for us, I did pack those as extras, so if we run across someone or a small group of people, I can be a good Samaritan and help them out, because God knows that if I was in a situation, I would want to help somebody. And you say that you want to or you don't want to, but I will help people if I can. That's the whole point of my giveaways. That's the point of my channel. Everything I do is based off helping people prepare and have supplies in an emergency situation. That is what I've been about from day one. That is what I always will be about. However, if I do come across you and you are a marauder, you are trying to take from my family, I will defend myself and my family. My family can defend themselves, and we will drop you. Alright guys, and finally, the last little chunk of my small window into my survival kit are the following. Now, a lot of you guys, when you guys think prepping, survival kits, you guys think all of this stuff. Water filters, fat wood, petroleum jelly and cotton balls, small game trapping, slingshots, fishing kits, survival knives, batteries, etc. Well, duh! That's why I wanted to touch on this last, because I feel it's the least needed to hit on. Because most of you guys who are into this kind of stuff already know to pack this stuff. Now, to break this down easier is I have a 5-pound box of fat wood that I can take with me to kind of, in the initial bugging out situation, I have an ability to start a fire very quickly. I am a super huge advocate of petroleum jelly and cotton balls. And for those of you who have never watched my starter fire or die video, you will see my emergency survival kit, which I actually forgot to put in this situation because when I bug out, I'm taking this bad boy with me. With all said and done and everything is good to go, I can start a fire for about a year without having to use any primitive means at all. Alright, now, I already touched on this very softly before, but my recommendation go-to is this Sawyer mini water filtration system. With maintained and cleaned properly, it can filter up to 100,000 gallons of water. That's why I have 8 of them, 2 per person. Now, petroleum jelly and cotton balls, we got that. Fire starting, duh. Awesome fire starter, super cheap. For about $3, you can help yourself start about 200 fires. It's freaking incredible. Now, spare batteries, those are for my flashlights, etc. Those are just awesome. I've got about 90 to 100 batteries ready to roll with my various flashlights and sizes. These are pretty cool. These are fishing kits. You can actually attach them to like jugs of water and put some bait on them with some hooks and actually just leave them and let them float in the water, or attach them to a tree. And it's kind of like fish baiting, and you can just kind of, it's like trapping instead of really fishing. Next, I've got the Pocket Shot, which is my now go-to survival slingshot. Now, the Bug Out channel and some other guys have already reviewed that. I've been in very close contact with the Pocket Shot. They're awesome people. They have an update coming out where they're actually going to make it more like a sling bow, so you can actually shoot and fire arrows out of the Pocket Shot. I have an awesome review coming up with that full Monty list coming out. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that. Now I have a couple of small game traps. You can find those at like Gander Mountain, sometimes at Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy, places like that, depending on what side of the country you're on. And those are awesome. They're like $10, perfect for small coyotes, rabbits, squirrels, the like, without having using snare traps. Just kind of, but be careful, like, don't be an idiot. Like, mark your tree. The animals aren't necessarily going to know right away. If you're going to be mobile the whole time, mark the damn tree. And so you know what tree to avoid or what area to avoid, so when you're setting your traps you can get some animals. Now, finally, survival knives. I am a knife advocate. I am a knife junkie, and I have my own knives. Both current products that I sell are my DFS Tracker, and the new one, my Bush Buddy. Now, both of these knives are custom handmade. They are my knives that I sell on my Etsy store. I will put a link in the description box below for that. I trust these 2 blades above all others because I know exactly where they came from. At any rate, hope you guys enjoyed my survival kit video. Hopefully gave you some really cool information, things to think about, and a loose-based guide for you guys to get yourself ready for an emergency if such should ever arise wherever you are. Well, that's it for now. I'm out.